The harder you try to hold on, the more what you want slips away. But what if all it takes is letting go, and the universe naturally handles the rest? Stoic philosophy does not teach us to abandon our dreams. Instead, it shows us how to attract them through trust and surrender. Begin the gentle journey of drawing good things into your life without forcing or straining. What you long for is not far away. It exists within the frequency of your own vibration. When you align with yourself, with nature, and with the flow of the universe, what you deeply desire will start to find its way to you. Not through blind effort, but through a deep synchronization between your inner world and the energy you emit. Dreams are not born from chasing. They emerge from joy, gratitude, and faith. When you pause, live fully in the present moment, and believe you are worthy, what you have been waiting for will arrive at exactly the right time. Let Stoic philosophy reconnect you with the source of aliveness within, and allow it to bring forth the greatest possibilities from deep inside you. Welcome back. If you've been searching for wisdom that could transform the direction of your life, then today's video might just be the turning point you've been waiting for. Have you ever felt like you were pouring every ounce of effort into pursuing a goal, yet the more you tried, the further it seemed to drift away? Maybe you've made detailed plans, set clear expectations, worked tirelessly, but the results still didn't come. And that left you drained, even doubting yourself. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and you're about to discover a powerful perspective that might lighten the weight of your journey. Thousands of years ago, Stoic thinkers like Epictetus and Seneca taught a principle that sounds paradoxical. At first, the power of letting go. They weren't urging people to give up on their dreams or live passively. Instead, they were teaching how to release excessive control, allowing the natural flow of life to bring forth goodness without force. In a modern world that constantly shouts about hustle, pressure, and relentless persistence as the keys to success, Stoicism dares to ask a different question. What happens if you stop? What if you stop clinging so tightly? Could letting go actually be the key? Picture this: a child chasing a butterfly. The more they run after it, the further it flies away. But when the child stops, takes a deep breath, and simply stands still, in the present moment something unexpected happens. The butterfly gently lands on their shoulder. That's not magic. That is the essence of detachment. When we grip too tightly to what we desire, we unintentionally create resistance. We lose the ease and natural rhythm of life's flow. And the irony is, the very desire we're clinging to becomes the obstacle to its own fulfillment. But let's be clear. Detachment is not giving up. It is not indifference or abandoning your dreams. It's a shift in approach. It's moving from forcing outcomes to trusting the process. It's letting go of rigid expectations to make space for something even better than what you imagined. It's realizing that true power doesn't come from control, but from alignment with the natural order of the universe. This video will expand your perspective. It offers a wiser, deeper path to move toward what you desire without sacrificing your inner peace along the way. Together, we'll explore the art of Stoic living, where the goal is not just to achieve what you want, but to feel light, free, and genuinely joyful on the journey itself. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like and share the video with others who are also seeking wisdom. And make sure to subscribe so you won't miss upcoming episodes, where we'll continue diving into philosophy, personal growth, and the art of living with harmony and inspiration. If you'd like to further support this channel, leave a comment below saying, "Keep going." These simple words are the fuel that keeps us sharing this message with more people who need it. Lesson 1. Give your best, then let go. This is the Stoic art of achieving without forcing. Imagine a graceful dance between effort and surrender. That is the spirit of this teaching. Doing your best doesn't mean sacrificing your inner peace in order to achieve something. And letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing to trust that once you've done your part, the rest is up to the universe. A Stoic is not someone who sits idly waiting for fate. They act, they strive, and they pursue their goals with intention. But they also know when to relax their grip. They understand that not everything can be controlled, and in that release, they express strength, not weakness. One Stoic philosopher once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we may listen twice as much as we speak." This isn't just wise advice for conversations, but also for action. Listen to the universe. Notice the signs, the meaningful coincidences life sends your way. Don't waste energy forcing your will onto everything. Sometimes what you need most isn't to do more, but to listen more clearly. In reality, detachment can be practiced anywhere. Think of a job interview. You've prepared well, you gave it your all, and now all that's left is to wait. In that moment, instead of overthinking every detail or stressing about the outcome, choose the Stoic approach. Say thank you and let go, because you know if this is the right door, it will open. And if not, a better one is already on its way. This applies to every area of life, from your career and relationships to creative projects. Pour your heart into what you do, but never tie your sense of worth to the outcome. When you give your best without clinging to results, that's when the magic begins to unfold. Not because you've mastered control, but because you've released your grip at the right moment. Letting go is not surrendering. It's unlocking a door that leads you into a world of infinite possibilities. In that space lie unexpected opportunities, fateful encounters, and ideas you never even imagined. When you stop trying to control the outcome, you allow beautiful things to unfold in their own perfect way. Michael Singer once said, "The moment you stop trying to control everything is the moment you begin to truly appreciate everything." And that is deeply true, because when you trust the flow, resistance fades. You begin to move in harmony with life. And it's in that alignment, not in pressure, that the things you've been hoping for start to appear. So, how do you build this muscle of letting go? Start by focusing on the journey instead of obsessing over the destination. Every step you take has meaning. Learn to enjoy it. Next, practice acceptance. Not everything is within your control, and that's okay. Trust that everything is unfolding for your highest good, even if it doesn't look the way you expected. And finally, cultivate gratitude. Gratitude shifts you from a mindset of lack to a state of abundance. From that place, releasing control becomes something that happens naturally. Are you ready? Because now we're about to embark on a journey that bridges ancient wisdom with modern science, a journey that can help you attract the best things into your life, not through force or manipulation, but through the power of your internal state. Here lies the key. If you want to attract something, begin by feeling as if you already have it. Sounds vague? Not at all. This isn't wishful thinking or delusion. It's about aligning your personal energy with what you deeply desire. When your energy and emotions match the frequency of what you want, you begin to act like a magnet, drawing those very experiences into your reality. In Stoic philosophy, this is known as living in harmony with nature. Though the term law of attraction isn't explicitly stated in ancient texts, the principle is strikingly similar. The Stoics believed that the universe operates through an intelligent and harmonious order. And if you live in alignment with that flow, fulfillment and prosperity come to you naturally. In the world of attraction, this means your thoughts and emotions aren't just internal experiences. They are energetic frequencies that interact with the world around you. When you cultivate positive emotions, gratitude, joy, trust, and love, you send a clear signal to the universe. I'm ready to receive. And the universe will respond. To understand this better, let's look at a few familiar examples. You want to attract your dream job. Don't stop at polishing your resume or emailing recruiters. Go deeper. Imagine you already have that job. Feel the joy of waking up every morning with excitement. Visualize yourself walking into the office, connecting with your colleagues, contributing with passion. Let that emotion fill you as if it's happening right now. The same principle applies to love. If you're longing for a partner who loves and cherishes you, start from within. Cultivate the feeling of being loved, of being worthy, of being grateful for the love that is already on its way. When you live as if you already have that love, you begin to radiate an energy that draws meaningful relationships to you. This isn't superstition or mysticism. Modern science has confirmed it. Quantum physics tells us that everything in the universe is energy, and that energy vibrates at different frequencies. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs each carry their own frequency. When you vibrate at a positive frequency, you begin to attract experiences that match it. The Stoics believed something very similar. They taught that the universe is rational and orderly. And when you live in alignment with that order, by thinking, acting, and desiring what is moral, right, and healthy, then the rewards will naturally follow. And here's something important to remember. Your deepest desires are not separate from you. They are a part of you, a part of the energetic flow of the universe. When you surrender to that flow, when you stop resisting and start trusting what you long for, begins to draw nearer. Oprah Winfrey, a modern icon of success and inner strength, once said, "You don't become what you want, you become what you believe." That one sentence unlocks many doors. Because once you believe that you are worthy of what you desire, you begin to act, speak, and think like someone who already has it. And that is the first step to attracting it. So how do you shift from chasing to attracting? How do you stop straining to make things happen and instead allow what you want to come to you? Start with clarity. What is it that you truly want? What kind of job? What kind of partner? What does your ideal life look like? Next, visualize it. Not just a fleeting thought, but a clear, vivid, detailed image, as if you're watching a movie and you're the main character. Give your mind a rich emotional experience filled with joy, freedom, and excitement about what you're moving toward. Don't forget to use affirmations. Simple phrases like, "I am worthy of all good things," or "I am attracting abundance into my life," might sound basic, but when repeated daily with strong belief, they begin to rewire the way your brain thinks. Then, practice gratitude. Be thankful for what you already have and for what is on its way. Gratitude carries one of the highest energetic frequencies, and it acts as a powerful catalyst to speed up the process of attraction. But also, take action. Action that comes from inspiration, not fear or pressure. Each step you take with trust sends a message to the universe that says, "I am ready." And finally, let go. Don't try to control the timing or the details. Trust that whatever arrives will be the best thing for you at the perfect time. Believe in a wisdom greater than your own, and you'll be guided in ways you could never imagine. This journey isn't about achieving one goal and stopping there. It's about how you live, a lifelong process of learning to love each step, embracing both failure and victory, and trusting that everything happens for a reason and brings its own unique value. Remember this: attraction is not about manipulating or tricking the universe to get what you want. It's about alignment. It's a state where your mind, emotions, and actions are in harmony with the very thing you desire. So, my friend, it's time to stop chasing. Take a deep breath, release the burden, and begin living as if what you desire is already yours. Let life show you that nothing needs to be forced. All you need to do is be open to receiving. The universe has already prepared everything for you. And when you shift your inner state, when you truly believe and vibrate at the right frequency, what you dream of will arrive, gently and in ways more beautiful than you ever imagined. Lesson 2. You are supported. Every step of the way, living in harmony. Through Stoicism, in Stoic philosophy, there is a deeply rooted belief that each of us is silently guided and supported by the universe at every step along our path. But hold on, this doesn't mean you need to blindly stay optimistic or ignore the very real difficulties that life brings. Rather, it calls for a gentle shift in your perception. It's about learning to see how the universe can turn every challenge into stepping stones that lead you to new horizons. The Stoics even had a powerful phrase for this mindset: "Amor fati, love your fate." But don't misunderstand. Loving your fate isn't about resignation or passively accepting everything that happens. Instead, it invites you to actively embrace every event in your life, whether joyful or painful, as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to evolve. The philosopher-emperor Marcus Aurelius once wrote a profound line: "The obstacle to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Isn't that fascinating? Every challenge, every barrier that seems to block your path is actually an invitation to rise, to deepen, and to transform your journey. Now, let's bring this idea to life with a very real situation. Imagine waking up one morning and suddenly losing your job. The first wave of emotion will likely be panic, disappointment, and perhaps the sinking fear that the universe has turned its back on you. But what if you paused and looked at it through the Stoic lens? You might start to see that this job loss could be a golden opportunity. A moment to stop and ask yourself, was this truly the work I loved? Or is this the moment to start a new chapter, to finally pursue the career or calling you've always dreamed of? This is the heart of amor fati, not just accepting, but loving the unfolding of your life with all its twists and turns. And from that place of acceptance, something beautiful emerges. Trust. Trust that you are being supported. Trust that there's meaning, even in the chaos. Trust that the universe, in its own wise timing, is guiding you towards your fullest expression. This mindset isn't limited to your career. It applies beautifully to every aspect of life. A breakup that feels like it's tearing your heart apart might actually be a powerful opportunity to understand yourself more deeply, to gain clarity on what you truly want in a relationship. Or when a sudden health issue strikes, instead of falling into despair, it can become the wake-up call you needed to finally prioritize your well-being, adopt healthy habits, and build a life that is balanced and whole, both physically and emotionally. As the renowned author Ryan Holiday put it so clearly, the obstacle is the way. And he's absolutely right. Every obstacle you face holds within it the seeds of transformation. Each challenge invites you to grow stronger, wiser, and more connected to the rhythm of life. Perhaps the most beautiful part of this philosophy is that it's not just a lofty idea, it's backed by modern science. According to quantum physics, everything in the universe is made up of energy, vibrating at specific frequencies, including our thoughts and emotions. And here's the magic. When you choose to focus on positive emotions and optimistic beliefs, you raise your own vibrational frequency, which in turn attracts positive experiences into your life. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a renowned cell biologist, once said, "The moment you change your perception is the moment you rewrite the chemistry of your body." In other words, a small shift in how you see life can profoundly alter your entire experience of it. So, how can you begin to practice this empowering mindset of being supported? Here are a few simple yet powerful habits you can start using today. First, reframe how you view challenges. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, view them as wise teachers helping you grow. Second, practice gratitude. Even during hard times, spend a few minutes each day appreciating the good that still exists in your life. Third, trust in the bigger plan even when you can't see it clearly. Believe that the universe is working on your behalf, even behind the scenes. Fourth, welcome change. Don't resist what's new. Stay open and let it become a catalyst for your growth. Fifth, build resilience. Train yourself to rise stronger every time you fall. Make each setback a setup for a comeback. Sixth, stay deeply connected to your life's purpose. When you live aligned with your passion and values, every step feels meaningful and filled with motivation. Dear friend, remember that when we say you are supported every step of the way, It doesn't mean pretending life is perfect or denying your struggles. It simply means choosing to see the good in every circumstance and trusting that this journey of growth is leading you to the most beautiful version of your life. Lesson 3. Where do your desires come from? A Stoic exploration of inner longing. Hello to you, the one walking this path of wisdom with me. Today, we'll explore a question that feels both familiar and mysterious. Where do our desires come from? Are they fleeting emotions that pass through us, or do they carry deeper meanings we've never fully recognized? This isn't just about what to eat or wear today. It's about uncovering what drives us, shapes our goals, fuels our longings, and ultimately determines the trajectory of our lives. The Stoic perspective. Desires are guides, not masters. Stoic. Philosophers didn't label desires as inherently good or bad. Instead, they saw them as natural inner energies. These desires could lead us astray or illuminate the path to a meaningful life. Seneca, one of Stoicism's greatest thinkers, once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This means that blind, unchecked desire can become the very root of our suffering. But here's the powerful twist. Stoics also believed that desires can become a force for growth and transformation. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, our longings can be channeled into purposeful action if we stay conscious of our intentions and learn to adapt along the way. Nature or nurture? Where do desires truly begin? Have you ever wondered where your longings really come from? Are they biological instincts written into our DNA? Or are they sculpted by the world around us, by the media, by culture, by what society tells us we should want? Some believe our desires are born from fundamental needs: survival, love, pleasure. Others argue that our environment is the silent puppeteer, subtly crafting our wants through advertising, movies, and idealized lifestyles that make us think, "This is what I must pursue." But there's an even deeper lens to look through. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist, introduced the idea of the collective unconscious, a vast reservoir of symbols, archetypes, and narratives shared by humanity across generations. According to Jung, many of our desires are not random or externally imposed, but arise from deep within, shaped by stories and patterns that have lived in the human soul for centuries. Real-life desires. From career dreams to spiritual longings, your desires in life can sometimes be clear and simple. Stable job, fulfilling love, a peaceful home, but at other times they rise from deep within you, pushing you towards something beyond the material, like a longing for awakening or spiritual connection. What matters most is how you approach these desires with curiosity, honesty, and awareness. Ask yourself, where did this desire come from? Does it truly align with my deepest values and long-term goals? And more importantly, will it bring lasting joy, or is it just a fleeting gratification? The Stoic approach. Aligning desires with virtue. The Stoics offer a profound piece of advice. Always direct your desires toward things that are truly good and meaningful. They emphasize that a purposeful life must be rooted in virtue. This means that sometimes You may need to let go of desires that don't align with the person you truly want to become. This is not about denying your natural impulses. Rather, it's about consciously steering them so you can become a better version of yourself while contributing meaningfully to the world around you. Building a desire compass. Tools to navigate your inner world. So how can you wisely guide your desires? Here are some simple but powerful tools you can apply starting today. Regularly reflect on what you truly want in life. What fills you with energy and joy? What gives you a sense of meaning? Revisit your core values often. Who do you want to be? What truly matters to you beyond trends or expectations? 3. Challenge your current desires. Ask yourself where they originated. Are they helping your life or leading you astray? Practice mindfulness. When a new desire arises, pause. Observe your emotions and thoughts. Are they guiding you or distracting you? Keep seeking wisdom. Learn from philosophers and great thinkers to understand the nature of desire more deeply and how to manage it with clarity and integrity. Always remember this: your desires are not your master. They are your guides. When you understand them and align them with your true values, you can shape a life that is not only fulfilling but deeply meaningful and joyful. And in doing so, you'll discover one more truth: your imagination, when used wisely, becomes a powerful tool. It allows you to visualize, to elevate, and to create a life that's not limited by circumstance, but enriched by vision. Stoic connection. The power of perception. The Stoics taught that it is our perception of reality, not reality itself, that shapes how we experience life. Marcus Aurelius, the great philosopher-emperor, once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This profound insight reminds us that we have the power to choose how we interpret the events and circumstances around us. And at the heart of this process lies imagination. When you visualize the outcome you desire, you not only shift your perception, you also begin to align your energy with what you intend to create. This isn't about denying reality. It's about consciously engaging in the co-creation of your life. Imagination in action, from vision boards to business plans. Think of imagination as a mental laboratory, a space where you can safely explore different possibilities. Want to start a business? Visualize yourself running a successful company with satisfied customers and financial goals being met. This isn't idle daydreaming. It's how you begin to program your subconscious to move towards success. Take Oprah Winfrey, a symbol of resilience and vision. Rising from humble beginnings to become the queen of media, she always believed in the power of visualization. As she once said, create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life, because you become what you believe. The science behind it, neuroplasticity and the quantum field modern science, is finally catching up with ancient wisdom. The concept of neuroplasticity explains the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Your thoughts and imagination can literally reshape your brain. Meanwhile, quantum physics proposes that our thoughts and intentions can influence the quantum field, the energy web that connects everything in the universe. By focusing your imagination on positive outcomes, you can begin to influence that field. and draw aligned experiences into your reality. Building your imagination muscle. Practical tools for manifestation. How can you use imagination effectively? Here are some powerful tools to help you turn inner vision into external reality. It's daily visualization set. Aside a few minutes each day to vividly imagine the outcome you desire. Use all your senses. See it, feel it, hear it, make it real in your mind too. Create a vision board. Gather images, quotes, and objects that represent your goals and dreams. Keep it somewhere visible to remind yourself daily of where you're headed. Script your life. Write out a detailed description of your ideal day, week, or year. Make your vision specific and tangible. The clearer the picture, the stronger the emotional connection. Use affirmations. Speak positive, present tense affirmations each day to reinforce belief in your power to create your reality. Phrases like, I am capable, I attract success, or I live in alignment with my purpose shape your inner dialogue. Act as if. Start living and behaving as the person who has already achieved your goals. This not only builds confidence, but also aligns your energy with the frequency of what you desire. Remember this, your imagination is an incredibly powerful tool. When used intentionally and consistently, even your most ambitious dreams can become reality. So, my friend, set your imagination free and start building the life you dream of today. Your potential is limitless. Lesson 4. Finding peace, letting go, and trusting the divine flow. Hello, my peaceful warriors. In this lesson, we dive into the heart of Stoic wisdom and the law of attraction to explore two deeply connected ideas: cultivating inner peace and releasing negative barriers so you can trust in the abundant flow of the universe. This isn't about superficial positivity or wishful thinking. It's about aligning your energy with your truest desires and allowing the universe to work its magic in its own mysterious way. The Stoic view: stillness and surrender to sacred order. The Stoics, those ancient seekers of wisdom, sought calm in the midst of chaos. They believed that true happiness comes from within, not from external circumstances. Seneca, the philosopher and statesman, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing." This doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or becoming passive. It means finding contentment in the now, accepting what is beyond your control, and focusing only on what you can influence: your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Peace and abundance in real life, from everyday stress to manifesting dreams. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught in the endless cycle of striving, always chasing the next goal, the next thing, the next moment. But what if the key to unlocking true abundance and joy lies in the exact opposite, in letting go, being present, and trusting the divine flow of life? Deepak Chopra, a pioneer in integrative medicine and spiritual well-being, speaks of the field of infinite possibilities that surrounds us. He teaches, the universe is a field of all possibilities, and we are co-creators of our reality. When you begin to tune into this field, When you release the inner resistance and negativity that blocks the flow, you begin to tap into that vast source of abundance, and your deepest dreams can start to unfold. By embracing the sacred stillness, learning to trust what you cannot control, and choosing peace in the present, you're not stepping away from life. You're stepping fully into it with more clarity, more presence, and more power than ever before. The power of surrender, releasing your limits. Many of us live lives restrained by negative beliefs and self-doubt. These are the invisible walls we carry from day to day, quietly sabotaging our path to wholeness. These barriers show up as fear of failure, feelings of unworthiness, or the self-imposed limits we place on what we believe we can or cannot do. But have you ever paused to consider that these limits are illusions? Just stories we've repeated to ourselves, trapped in cycles of lack and limitation. When we finally recognize this truth and choose to release those negative barriers, we open ourselves to the abundant flow of the universe. We begin to believe that we are worthy of love, success, and happiness. We allow ourselves to receive the blessings that were always meant for us. Creating inner sanctuary and unlocking abundance, peaceful practices for manifestation. So how can you nurture inner peace, break free from negative blocks, and trust in the divine flow? Here are some practical steps you can begin today. Practice mindfulness. Observe your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. When negative thoughts arise, don't resist or judge them. Gently bring your attention back to the present moment. Embrace acceptance. Acknowledge that you cannot control everything. Let go of the need to force outcomes and trust in the deeper wisdom of the universe. Cultivate gratitude. Appreciate the goodness already present in your life, even in the smallest things. This shift from scarcity to sufficiency unlocks a powerful current of abundance. Identify and release negative beliefs. Be brave enough to face your limiting beliefs and hidden fears. Challenge them with positive affirmations and real-life evidence of your growth and strength. Connect with your inner self. Spend time in stillness through meditation, prayer, or silent reflection. Listen to the quiet guidance of your intuition, the sacred voice within that always knows the way. Remember, surrender is not weakness or giving up. It is an act of tremendous power. When you release the rigid grip of ego and open yourself to the truth that something greater is guiding and shaping your life. In this space, fear and doubt dissolve, and your heart and mind open to receive true peace and abundance. Visualize your desire. Create a vivid mental picture of what you wish to manifest. Feel the elevated emotions as though you've already achieved it. This dynamic visualization inspires you and activates your subconscious to support your dream. Take inspired action. Once you've released your internal blocks and anchored your trust in the universe, move forward with confidence and passion. Every step you take becomes proof of your inner strength and draws more goodness your way. Surrender to the flow. Let go of attachment to specific outcomes or rigid timelines. Trust that the universe is leading you to what's best, and sometimes the waiting itself is a sacred part of your transformation. Know that finding peace, clearing negative energy, and trusting the divine flow is an ongoing journey. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small wins. Be grateful for every step. Embrace this process of self-discovery and soul renewal as the precious gift that it is. When you apply these Stoic principles in daily life, you begin to shift your energy in powerful ways, inviting in the abundance, love, and joy you were always meant to receive. So stop fighting the current and allow the peace of the universe to carry you. Your dreams are waiting to come true. Lesson 5. Be happy your wishes are on their way. Next up is a lesson full of light for anyone seeking joy. Be ready to embrace happiness as a powerful tool for your manifestation journey. This doesn't mean denying hardship or chasing toxic positivity. Rather, it means nurturing a deep sense of joy and contentment in the present moment, while trusting that the universe is working in your favor to bring your desires into reality. Stoics aren't emotionless machines as many might think. They understood the value of joy and saw it as the natural outcome of a virtuous life. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher and playwright, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future." In other words, we can choose happiness right now, regardless of external circumstances. This doesn't mean you have to pretend to be happy or ignore negative feelings. Instead, it means recognizing that happiness is an inner work, a choice you make daily by focusing on what's good, cultivating gratitude, and finding joy in the simplest things. Joy in real life, from everyday moments to milestones. Joy can be found in unexpected places. The warmth of sunlight on your skin, the laughter of children, the aroma of your favorite meal, or the sense of achievement after overcoming a tough challenge. The Dalai Lama, a modern spiritual leader and advocate of compassion, said, "Happiness is not something ready-made, and it comes from your own actions." By choosing to focus on the positive and acting in alignment with your values, you create a life full of joy. The science behind it. The advantage of happiness. Research in positive psychology shows that happiness isn't just the result of success. In fact, happiness is the precursor that leads to success. Shawn Achor, a renowned happiness researcher and best-selling author, calls this the happiness advantage. He explains that when we maintain a positive mindset, we become more creative, work more efficiently, and are more resilient in the face of challenges. In other words, cultivating joy doesn't just make you feel good. It lays the groundwork for achieving great success across all areas of life. Building a joyful mindset. Tips to attract what you desire. Do you want to know how to nurture a joyful mindset while manifesting the things you long for? Here are some practical tips you can start applying today. Practice gratitude. Spend a few minutes daily identifying and appreciating the good around you. You might write down 3 things you're grateful for or express thanks to a loved one. This simple habit effectively boosts your positive energy. Focus on the present. Observe your thoughts and feelings with mindful awareness. When you catch yourself caught in negative thinking, gently bring your attention back to the here and now and seek something valuable in the present moment. Make time for joyful activities, whether it's walking in nature, listening to your favorite song, or indulging in a hobby. These joyful experiences replenish your energy and refresh your mind. Connect with positive people. Your social environment greatly influences your mental state. Surround yourself with optimistic, loving, and inspiring individuals who uplift your spirit and strengthen your belief. Take care of yourself holistically. Attend to your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. This could mean exercising regularly, eating healthily, practicing meditation, or spending relaxing moments outdoors. Hold strong faith in your dreams. Maintain a clear vision of what you want, along with unwavering trust that the universe is working on your behalf and will deliver at the right time and place. Celebrate every victory, big or small. Acknowledging your achievements reinforces a positive mindset and fuels motivation for future successes. Remember, joy is not just the final destination, but the journey you walk each day. It's choosing to focus on the good, finding beauty in ordinary moments, and trusting that the universe quietly works to manifest the deepest desires of your heart. In this episode, we've explored the transformative power of letting go of attachment and embracing the art of attraction. We delved into the nature of desire, challenged limiting beliefs we once held, and learned to trust the sacred timing arranged by the universe. Always remember, dear friend, you are never separate from the abundance, love, and success you seek. These things have always been within you, waiting for you to unlock and let them shine. As you begin your journey of self-discovery and manifestation, be kind to yourself. Fully embrace the present moment and trust in the invisible wisdom of the universe. Your dreams aren't far away. They're just waiting for you to align and harmonize with them. Thank you for joining me on this journey, exploring the law of attraction through the lens of Stoic wisdom. I wish your path to be always filled with joy, abundance, and the effortless natural fulfillment of your deepest desires. Until we meet again, keep shining your own light and remember, what truly belongs to you will find its way to you.